Design phase. The design phase is your chance to craft a powerful narrative. You will rewrite the training content into a script that will be used to build your module. Follow the learning plan you created in the plan stage to write the script. Ask yourself, what should the learners hear? What should the learners see? What should the learners do? And how should the learners be tested? Your script needs to combine all these materials in a cohesive way to achieve the learning outcomes. What will the learner hear? First, start by writing what the learner will hear in the voiceover. Decide whether your voiceover should be male or female, and what accent is appropriate for your audience. Consider what the facilitator would be sharing in the classroom training, and see how you can incorporate this into the script. Keep your language conversational rather than procedural. Read your script out aloud, and if the words roll off the tongue, you're on the right track. Here's an example showing the difference between procedural and conversational language. What will the learner see? Next, decide what learners will see as they listen to the voiceover. Here's where you can reuse or transform some of the great slides and resources from the classroom training. Some rules to consider when designing visual elements for your training are: simple is best. Avoid text-heavy visuals. Avoid clip art and word art. Avoid fancy effects, pick a few and use them consistently. Use plenty of white space around text and images, we all need room to learn. And remember, the best visuals evoke an emotional response, such as laughter or interest. Visual elements can be a combination of text on screen, images, video, or animations. Let's have a look at more hints for each of these. When it comes to text, choose wisely. Too much text is hard to read and also difficult to absorb, so use it to emphasize key points only. Text should complement the messages conveyed and shouldn't just duplicate the voiceover. If your module has no voiceover, chunk your text content into sections of about 120 words. This helps to focus the learner's attention on what's important and reduces clutter on the screen. And remember, always check your spelling. For the imagery, remember a picture is worth 1,000 words, so choose imagery that will support and emphasize your overall message. For example, use a diagram with voiceover to explain a process. The diagram, text, and voiceover should complement each other to support the overall message. You could illustrate equipment in a similar way, with voiceover to explain how the moving parts work. Be conscious when selecting images of people. They should be diverse in gender, race, age, and body shape. Using video and animation can make concepts easier to recall. You can include videos shared by your company, or you may have the budget to create custom videos. Either way, you must be clear about the purpose and objective of the video to ensure it meets the learning objectives. What will the learner do? Follow your learning plan as you design what your learners will do in the training. Interactions are a great way to keep the content engaging and give the learner opportunities to apply the knowledge. For example, a clickable timeline can be used to present historical information. A slider can be used to demonstrate how equipment works. Simulations can be used to explain how a task is done. Interactive scenarios are a great way to explain knowledge and skills. You can use a relatable character in a familiar setting with a realistic problem, and the learner must find a solution. How will the learner be tested? If your learners need a formal assessment, there's many different question styles that can be used to test the learner's knowledge. You'll need to decide the pass mark and how many times the learner can attempt the assessment. Any assessments used in the classroom training can be used in the online course also if they're still relevant. Just keep in mind that some question styles, for example, short answer questions, are not suitable for online. Review your script. When you've finished writing your script, including the audio, visual considerations, learner interactions and assessments, ask a colleague and someone who doesn't know the material to review it. Their feedback will be invaluable.